What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm very excited to bring you guys some more Black Ops 3 multiplayer information. So, as you guys know, I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to play this game a couple of times leading up until this point, so I've got quite a bit of information about it. I've been bringing you guys all types of gameplays and stuff like that, but what I want to start doing is going a little bit more in-depth with the menus and stuff. Like in yesterday's video, we talked about all the perks and different tiers and stuff like that, and you guys really enjoyed that, so I thought, why not continue that? In this video, we're going to talk about all the equipment, so all the lethal and tactical equipment. Then we could talk about wild cards. I want to go through and talk about each of the different weapon tiers, assault rifles, SMGs, tell you guys what I thought about those. We could talk about, all kinds of stuff like that. If there's anything else you guys want to know, feel free to leave it down below. But look forward to those videos coming out soon. But anyway, today, like I said, we're going to be talking about the equipment in the game, both lethals and tacticals. So far, I think we know just about all the equipment in the game. I'm not sure if they're going to be adding any others in. In the lethal category, there were no grayed out options. In the tactical category, there's only one grayed out option. So I think we know 12 out of the 13 equipment pieces in this game, which is kind of exciting. So anyway, starting off with lethal grenades. The first one we have here is a frag. We all know the frag. It works like it has in the past, before Advanced Warfare. Like, you pull it, you cook it, you actually throw it, you don't shoot it out of anything on your body, and it blows up, it kills enemies. The description says, produces lethal radius damage upon detonation. Next up, we have the Simtex, which is essentially like a frag, except it sticks to things and you can't cook it. It, goes off on a timer. Next up, we've got the Thermite Grenade, and this is something I'm actually very, very excited for. You guys might have seen it in some of my Black Ops 3 gameplays so far. It's a grenade that explodes into a lethal heat zone that lasts for a short duration. If you hit an enemy with this, or you hit the ground and an enemy walks through where it hit, they will actually set on fire. It's really, really cool. And it works pretty much like the Molotov cocktails did back in World at War, if you guys remember that game. Now, next up, we have the C4. So the C4 is extremely, extremely good in this game, just like it always has been, but it's a little bit different this time around. So the big thing is you can no longer airburst the C4. You can't throw it out and detonate it before it hits the ground. It actually has to be touching something before you can blow it up. So that kind of reduces that spammy, run around C4 only, throw it in your face and blow you up rage fest that used to happen in Black Ops 2, which is kind of cool. Now, in exchange for that, they made the blast radius a little bit bigger, and they added in a proximity alarm. So if you place down the C4 and then you don't blow it up right away, when an enemy walks near it or kind of like over it and stuff like that, you're gonna get a notification on your HUD. It'll be down towards the bottom part of it. It'll say, like, it'll light up and say somebody's near it, and then hey, if I double tap square or double tap X right now, it's going to blow them up. It's probably going to get somebody, which is kind of cool. So it can kind of guard your back in a sense with that, feature, which is kind of cool. So it's a pretty good equipment. I really look forward to using it more. And, it's just, like I said, it doesn't have that airburst ability, but it's a little bit stronger this time around. That's how they've changed it. Now, next up, we have the Tripmine. This is something I didn't really use a lot during my my gameplay experience so far. I was more focused on, figuring out the maps and the weapons and stuff like that. But the Tripmine is a proximity mine that launches into the air before detonating. So this is kind of like this game's version of the Claymore or the Bouncing Betty or stuff like that. So it sounds like it launches into the air. You might be able to duck down and lay down to be able to evade it, kind of like you did with Bouncing Betties. We'll have to wait and see. But, that's pretty cool. It's kind of an area of effect proximity, kind of watch your back type equipment there. And then finally, the last lethal equipment we have is everybody's favorite, the Combat Axe, a retrievable axe that causes instant death upon impact. So this is the Combat Axe, the throwing knife, the tomahawk, whatever you want to call it. You throw it, it kills people, it hits them. Super awesome. You can pick it up off the ground after you throw it. It's pretty sweet. Now, next up, moving into the tactical grenades. First up, we have the concussion, disorients enemies and slows movement. Then we have the flashbang, blinds enemies and impairs hearing. Next up, we have the EMP, disables nearby enemy electronic systems. So this is great for ground-based score streaks and stuff like that. Next up, we have the smoke screen, produces smoke screen upon impact. Allies within the smoke cannot be detected on the enemy mini-map. So that's kind of a new feature there. You used to be able to, see enemies on the minimap even if you were in smoke, but now it sounds like you can't. And I wonder what that's for. Like, if they have a UAV up and you pop a smoke, are they not going to be able to see you? That's kind of cool. Or can you fire from within smoke and not show up on the radar? That's, even better. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out. Next up, we have the trophy system. Everybody loves this thing. Destroys incoming enemy projectiles within 10 meters. Vehicle missiles have a chance to penetrate. And then finally, the last one we know of is the shock charge, a proximity triggered mine that electrocutes and stuns nearby enemies. So the shock charge is not something I typically used a lot in the past in Black Ops, but I think it's going to be especially useful in this game because of all the wall running. And oftentimes wall running takes place on walls where there's no floor underneath you. Like there's just kind of like an infinite drop off and you'll fall to your death. So imagine being able to place these things on these walls, and an enemy tries to flank around you and he's wall running, he runs straight into that shock charge. It kind of stuns him for a second and he falls down and insta dies. Like how cool would that be? I think those are actually be pretty solid in this game. And then there's one more blocked out, you know, kind of like little slot in this tactical thing that we're not sure what it's going to be. It's just kind of, it shows a locked icon with classified there. So we'll have to wait and see what that is. But at least we have a pretty good look at some of the equipment we're going to be able to use in Black Ops 3. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Do you want to hear about weapons? Do you want to hear about wild cards? What do you guys want to hear about? Leave comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. I will catch you guys later. Check out these two videos if you haven't seen yet. And peace out, guys.